The hills are alive with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song that it hears. Hi, today here to talk about Sister Thea Bowman. In 1937, she was the only child born to parents whose father was a doctor, mother was a teacher in Mississippi, the Deep South. As a child, she was intrigued by the Sisters of St. Francis that she saw and also taught in the school she was in. She was attracted to the work that Catholics did with the poor, the needy. And because of that, she asked her parents at a young age, can she become Catholic? They said okay, and she did. And she also entered the Franciscan community. She taught in their schools for 16 years. She also became a doctor of linguistics and English language, and she taught in a college. She was gifted with a brilliant mind, a wonderful voice, and a dynamic personality. Sister Thea shared the message of God's love through teaching, and after 16 years, the Bishop of Jackson, Mississippi, invited her to be a consultant for intercultural awareness. She was a founding member of the faculty of Black Catholic Studies at Xavier University in New Orleans. This role that she was in as an African-American woman, I repeat, an African-American woman in Louisiana in the middle of a society that had great racial divisions. She gave presentations across the whole country, lively gatherings with her song, gospel preaching, prayers, and storytelling. Her programs were designed to break down racial barriers. She did this by asking people to just simply communicate to one another, to listen to each other, to understand the culture and the races. In 1984, both her parents died and she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She began to pray that I may live until I die. And she continued this in wheelchairs, giving speaks around the country. She donned herself in customary African garb. Her head was bald from the chemo treatment. And she was in great pain. But she always had great joy, a wonderful smile on her face, never alluding to that pain. In 1989, the United States Bishops' Conference invited her to be a keynote speaker at their conference in Seton Hall in New Jersey. And she spoke to them as a sister to a brother, heart to heart. She invited them to join hands, cross arms, and sing together, We Shall Overcome. It must have touched the hearts of the bishops because their great applause, their robust singing, and the tears from their eyes. Imagine that, getting these old white men to do that, a miracle. She lived a full life, fighting evil, especially prejudice and hatred, the things that divide people. She fought for God and God's people until her death. She dedicated her life to spreading the joy of the gospel and promoting cultural awareness. She listened to people, the old folks, and gathered the wisdom of the community, asked questions, gained insights, and she shared that with others. That is a wonderful gift that we really need in our society now, where people don't listen. They already have their minds made up. They know what they're going to say. To be able to listen and learn from one another, different cultures. That was one of her great gifts, and to do so with joy and with great love for the poor.